Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nolwazi Taylor, who is a medical school dropout pursuing her fine artist dreams. Uh, so yeah, if this is your first time seeing this face, hi, I really hope you enjoy your stay. And if you are my returning subscriber, hi Pookie, welcome back. And I'm gonna be honest, my intros are not gonna be consistent because I don't know. I kind of don't vibe with this intro thing. But also, I've heard from other YouTubers that it makes it easy for other people to find you and all of that. I'm gonna try it out. But yeah. Anyways, so I know I've been gone. I know I've been gone, and I am back. I'm back. I'm really back, like for good. And I just want to take you through what has been going on because when I made this channel, it was to have community one and two to just take y'all through this journey with me. And I feel like I have done a really bad job so far, but I'm here to make up for those mistakes. So I want to talk. I'm just like in this episode, we're gonna be catching up, like basically catching up. And I tell you where I'm at mentally, physically, and yeah, all. So for one, I'm gonna answer a question as to where have I been? Where have I been? So the last video that I posted was basically just me talking about how I didn't wanna feel bad for resting, and I was just like trying to validate everyone else who felt they wanted to rest that it was okay, they don't have to feel bad. And I think I needed to apply the same for me, so that's what I did. I needed to rest. Secondly, I needed to grieve my degree because when I dropped out, I literally just came here and like tried to make sense of the feelings that I was feeling and all of those things, but I didn't grieve, and I kind of felt like I was losing it at that time, you know. And now I am saying I feel like I know what I want still, which is still to be a fine artist. And yeah, now you're wondering, was she able to make it to the city like the she had planned to? No, no, I was not. And let me tell you, the reason I didn't do register was so that I can get my funds. But guess what? My funds never came. So I ended up being forced to go home. Um, yeah. So I went home. I went home. And how do I feel about this? I'm really so indifferent because I can still do my art. I feel like for as long as I'm not doing something I do not want to do, I'm good. I'm really good. And I have really, like, coming here has really helped me be firm about my boundaries and just like stand on my ground about who I am. And yeah, and I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't get any pushbacks. You'll remember when I was talking about how my mom was like, no, come back home. I feel bad that I didn't protect and whatnot. You guys, I discovered even more. All I can say is, I don't know. Both, I don't think I'm ready to talk about this part. But yeah, I, I feel good because I can do the things that I want, and coming back here just made me made me really, really stronger, and it has made me even more aware, you know, and just be clear about who I wanna be clear about who I am, be clear about where I stand with my life. And yeah, a lot of people think that where I'm at, a lot of people think that, oh no, she's fucked up her future. Why would you leave medical school when it's like the only stable job? And I've not felt like I need to defend myself because I know where I stand and I can see the future. I just really know where I stand about who I am, what I want, and where I'm going. And even if it could be that in 3 years' time, even if it could be, oh no, actually I was confused, I'll be fine with it. I'll be fine with the person that I would be at that time. I don't think beating myself up about my becoming should be a thing. And I feel a lot of people do beat themselves up, hence they have tried to project that onto me. But I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, that is about it. That's just where where have I been, and did I make it to a city? Another thing that I want to talk about is just what have I been up to? What I've been up to? What I've been up to? One, I've started a business because I don't have funds. I don't have funds, and I'm not from a family of a good financial background. And so I had to start a business so that I can fund my art life. So far, the business has only funded me, you know, and I haven't found a good shop that sells affordable art supplies. But yeah, it hasn't stopped me from still doing my art and stuff like that. And secondly, I've been finding jobs, mostly in entertainment. It's just a gig where I'm gonna entertain people for the night, and that's just that. I found that also. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been up to. And I've been fasting from the internet. I've really been fasting from the internet because I just wanna be clear. I have a clear vision. I've only been on YouTube only because in Substack, because with YouTube it is easier to control the algorithm for yourself because these are long form videos. So and Substack is basically me reading people's articles. I enjoy reading. I've been back on reading. And I've started two projects. Those two projects that I'm on. I'm very excited about that. So excited. And like another piece that forms part of my one of my projects was just filled today. So I'm really happy about that. I'm really, really excited about it. I really cannot wait for you to see this work. Ah, just talking about them, just I don't know. I don't know. And again, I've never thought that I would be this disciplined, or I could sit in a desk and read so many things and take notes and try to apply these things and try to interpret them I haven't had that with me for years, for years, for years. And for someone who was in school, and I've gone back to reading, and I want to talk about what I've been reading. I've been reading Women Who Run with the Wolves. When I tell you this book is such a testimony for me, I mean it is such a testimony for me because it's mostly the things that I've had questions about. I think one of them being, why am I this curious? For the past few months, I was really angry at myself for being curious because I felt like the fact that I was curious, it has really pushed me to a point of me actually finding out about who I am really. And I felt like it was really unfair because I could have just pretended. I could have just carried on playing whatever role that I've been given. And yeah, I felt like shit. I felt like shit. I was like, this is why they say curiosity killed a cat. Because here I was having to start my life afresh because I was curious. Because I started this journey way back in 2020. I started by deconstructing religion. I was a very religious person. I was Christian, and from 2020, I really started to deconstruct that, asking myself questions such as who is God and the characteristics that I was given. Does God fit them? And I got interested in philosophy. I took it too far. Next thing, I got interested in like spirituality. I also got to deconstruct that. I've been curious. I've been curious. I started painting because I was just like very curious about what that is. And today, here we are, me having to just let my whole life fall apart so that I can embody this new role, this new character that I am, that I've been building from my curiosity of trying to know things. So yeah, and I was angry, but at the same time, I told myself that it is because I was curious that I got to learn all these things that I got to know. And by the time I was in school, I was just this fast learner. But in reality, I started reading way before I started school. I think at 5, I started teaching myself to read because I wanted to understand the things that are in books, and I felt like there was knowledge in these books. I would see my mom read all the time. I started learning English because I wanted to hear what my uncle and aunt would be laughing about because we used to watch a lot of movies. I took it too far because I would read literally, like the moment I knew how to read, I would read literally everything. Anything that had words, I would pick it up and I would read it. And it is through that by the time when I got to school, I was just really fast with these things. I was just smart. It was easy for me, but kind of forgot that I kind of forgot that the work that I had to put in before I even got to school when other kids were just starting then. So yeah, it is through this curiosity that I got to be successful in school. So now it is through this curiosity that I got to again let my life fall apart so I can start anew. yeah, it is such an interesting book. I think I wanna start a series on it and just read for you and try to interpret how I feel and why not. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. I always have ideas. It's so insane. So yeah, I've also been writing. Both the projects that I'm doing need me to write. Uh, what else I wanna take you through? Okay, I wanna take you through the people that I've been listening to because I like to have people that I'm listening to who are having the same experience as me because it just makes sense to me. It always validates me, which is why I have this channel. Just in case someone out here needs to feel validated, and especially from a normal girl. So, who have I been listening to? I've been listening to Alicia Renee's The Artist. Oh my god. This lady, this lady, she's so beautiful and she's so well spoken and I wanna be her so bad. That is just my truth. And she's 10 years older than me and I felt so validated. So the first video that I saw from her was she's on YouTube. The first video that I saw from her was about how she didn't want a job. She just wanted to make art. And I felt really validated because that is how I felt at that time. I still don't want a job. I wanna do my art. Yeah. And in that same video she had talked about how she has waited to get permission. You'll remember I talked about that. I discovered that for the most part of my life, I wanted someone to give me permission. I wanted someone to be like, yeah, go right ahead, go and be an artist. I waited for years to get permission to hear someone say, you know what, no, actually, go do art. But all I needed was to give myself that permission. So, yeah, I really resonated with her because I have had the same thoughts and she went even further with the topic. And I really like her because she has even talked about men. That is a topic of interest for me. And she had talked about how women are not allowed to hate men, of which is very weird because we all know what men have done in women's lives and whatnot. And I love her so much, you guys, and I feel validated by that woman. And she has been an artist for years, and she just talks a lot about black excellence. Also, I've been awakened by her. She love her done. If I meet her one day, I'm gonna give her flowers. Her flowers. Okay, I also wanna talk. I wanna talk about why do I feel validated by Alicia Renes, the artist, and how does her age play affect her in my feeling validated? I feel validated by her because there's a lot of people that have said to me, I'm too young to know what I really want right now, and they feel I'm being pulled by this thing in me that just wants to have fun because, yeah, I am young and I'm just ruining my future instead of building it and just finishing off what I started. And I feel validated by her because I have felt for the longest that this feeling doesn't go away because I've always wanted to just do art since I was 16. I was sure about it when I was 16, but somebody talked me out of it. It's fine. Not mad. And they just told me that I was too young to be sure about that. And I carried this these whole years, 17, 18, 19, 20. I still feel the same way. I still feel I want to do art. Like, I still feel that. And Alicia really validated me because she's 34 and she still feels this way. She still feels she has to do art after she has tried to also earn her place in society and contribute in the way that they want her to contribute, and she still feels she wants to do art, and she's doing that. And I really feel validated by that so much, so much. That person that I've been listening is smart too. I've forgotten her surname, but I'm gonna put it put it here. This girl has taught me about building a world. And you know, I came here, there's one of my YouTube videos where I was talking about how to build your own reality because I realized that I was living in a reality that was not mine. And I really wanted to build a reality of my own, which I've really been on. So proud of myself. And she talks about how none of those things are real, all of those things are made up, and she had seen this through losing her jobs, being homeless, working for free, writing for free to build a library back home. And I don't know, she makes me think about, do I wanna do my art to create a certain world for my people, like be a revolutionist, or do I wanna make my art to make money and be rich, like sickly rich, that it's a type of rich that has to have other people being exploited so that I can be that rich. I don't know. She has really made me think about those concepts a lot. And I still don't know. All I know is I want to make art. I'm making art. That's all. I want to make art in every way, on every level. That's what I want to do right now. That's all I know. But do I want to make art to get rich? Maybe. Do I want to make art to help other people? Maybe. But I feel like that is just another part of my savior complex. I don't know. Okay, so last court, is it the last? No, it's not the last. Okay, last question that I wanna title is, do I still wanna do YouTube every day? I don't wanna do it every day. I wanna come here and just update y'all, and if I can post some vlogs of what I've been up to. Talking about vlogs, when I was back in Eastern Cape, there's things I did and I took a lot of vlogs. But when I got here, because of some issues that have occurred, I ended up losing all of those footages. And I did a lot of things. I had a lot of fun before I came here. But it's fine. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. It's good to let things go. But yeah, do I still wanna do YouTube every day? No, I don't wanna do YouTube every day, but I do wanna talk. I do wanna come here and talk and talk and talk all the time. I have something in my mind because I've been having a lot of things on my mind and they just end up there. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like it. So I'm gonna be coming here and talk my shit, and then post post some things that I feel I want them to be kept on here and for people to see, honestly. So yeah. So I want to talk about this. This is a random slot. This is a random slot. But yeah, I want to talk about it because it has been on my noggin for some time. I want to talk about my discomfort with male-centered things. One, since I've been reading Women Who Run with the Wolves, she talks about how um the matriarchy, yeah, I think it's the matriarchy, was actively suppressed. And excuse me, I have felt this discomfort with male-centered things way before I even started reading Women Who Run with the Wolves. And I was just watching this movie called The Laws of the Sun. It is a spiritual movie. And when I watched that movie, it was just like it sounded the same as Christianity. Oh my God. It talks about how humans came about, all the races and whatnot. So I felt it was male centered because for one, Lord Elcanto, oh, in the movie is being presented only being incarnated as men. We have the Buddha, we had Lord Todd, we have Jesus. There were other men that I've forgotten about. But yeah, in that movie, we just see him incarnate as men, which is really weird to me because why would a soul have gender? It also gives us this idea that God is really male. Well, that is not the case. God is all that is. So yeah, I really feel this discomfort with male-centered things because in all of so far in my readings, it is something that has been that was actively enforced up in Shabin, and it was just half of the population being pushed in the corner, and then we have this other half that has to thrive, and this other half had to find ways to try and survive so that they can live on. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I know it wasn't a lot, but I might even come back and talk about it because really. So yeah, where am I with my relationship with rest? I think Rest and I are in a very healthy relationship. Just last week, I spent the whole week asleep, and I'm really grateful that in this house they do allow me to sleep in. They allow us to sleep in. My house is not that strict when it comes to naps and not wanting to do chores and stuff like that. And I think it is because of that that me and Rest have really a healthy relationship. I rest on my periods. I rest whenever I don't feel like doing anything. I just be resting really. And yeah, I no longer feel guilty about it. I think the main thing that will happen is that I would really feel this immense guilt about resting. There's always, why are you not doing anything? And there's always this feeling like you are gonna be in trouble if you are resting. If you're caught doing nothing, you're gonna be in trouble. And yeah, this is just like a conditioning that most of us have, especially if you're a black woman. Your relationship with rest, I guarantee you, in the shambles. But yeah, I don't longer feel any type of shame about anything, really. So yeah, if you like what you heard, like what you're seeing, please like, subscribe, and comment. I really want to hear what you have to say. And yeah, bye.